Hi, good morning. My name is Aniebiet Thompson, Isip, and in this short video, I'll be presenting my research project titled The Ramification of Biometric Data Misuse. Biometric are now used everywhere, like in our phones, in the banking apps, we use, even public services, but when misused, the consequences can be permanent. And then the aim of this, my research, was to actually investigate what happens when biometric data is misused, and also why this type of misuse creates technical, ethical, and societal harm. This topic matters to me specifically and to everyone because biometric identifiers such as the face, the face ID, the fingerprints, the face scans, it cannot be changed if stolen. So unlike password, you could just reset our password and then we'll still get our account back. But once biometric is being stolen, it's permanent. It's caused permanent damage. So it could have long life consequences. So I use a mixed method approach, which combines about the of the primary and secondary research, which is the primary research was a source survey. I did like a questionnaire where I have to know people insight, and then also have the literature, the secondary research where I have to review literatures as well. So it helped me understand the public awareness, and in this survey I had 12 responses. So it helped me understand their concerns, their experiences with biometric as well, and then I now compare these findings with credible literature, including the NIST. So the NIST SP 800 that was done in 2022, the EU AI Act, and the Blundell ethical framework, and even the research on biometric governance by Gordogan and De La Cruz. So it allowed me to compare what experts say with what the public believes. So what the public believes and what the experts say. And then the survey also revealed 4 clear findings. So the number one was the high usage but low trust. So most respondents say they use the biometric, but they have low trust because the organization handling this biometric doesn't explain to them how it's being handled. And then the identity theft was another concern. People were scared that they were going to lose the identity, like the banking information, like if they use biometric data on banking or personal information, and then once it's stolen, it's going to be for permanent. And then also notice ethical concern. A lot of people were raising concerns about biometrics should not be applicable to vulnerables like the kids as well. And then environment, the organization collecting the biometrics shouldn't make it, like the public service shouldn't make it mandatory for people. They shouldn't feel pressure to give out a biometric, like when you're doing the UK BRP, or when you're doing when you're applying for international passport, we have to give the biometric. So also notice the demand. Out of 10 out of 12 respondents that I got, the demand, they were asking for stronger oversight in biometric. And then this particular literature review that I did is strengthened this finding. So the NIST explained that biometric cannot be replaced once stolen. The EU AI Act highlighted the risks of surveillance and profiling. Then the Blundell emphasizes more of the issues of autonomy, so the consent and also human dignity. While the Gordogan and De La Cruz shows how weak governance increases misuse. By comparing this particular survey that I did with the literature, I found very strong matches, strong alignment. So both groups agree that the misuse of biometric leads to permanent identity harm, surveillance risks, and ethical violations. So I also noticed that the respondents were scared. They were fear of tracking mirrors down to the concern raised in the EU AI Act. I noticed that, so it matches. And then I noticed the discomfort around concern which reflect the ethical principle that was highlighted by Professor Blundell of University of Derby. The concern about insecure storage support the NIST argument, like the poor system design, which was the major cause of misuse. So most of the company, they will say, okay, let them just lower the stuff. They don't want to spend much money. And then at that aspect now, they're going to have problem where it will lead to misuse, biometric misuse. And then the major gap I identified that people do not really understand that the protection that exists, the kind of protection that exists, how it's being managed, and the also organizations do not follow the best practices. So based on this, my finding now, I recommend that the use of biometric, they should not be used as a standalone. It should be used as a multi-factor with other multi-factor authentication. So we should not rely on biometric alone. And then I also noticed that my recommendation that I will give again is about improving transparency and consent. So users should know their data is stored and used. And then the limit aspect, there should be a limit when dealing with vulnerables. So kids should not be able to give their biometric because they cannot fully give consent. And then I also say they should restrict biometric surveillance, like the strong laws on oversight, which is really required. They should also apply privacy by design, like storing biometric templates securely and minimize collection. So this recommendation now that I give, it addresses both technical weaknesses and ethical concern. So in conclusion, the biometric misuse, it really poses a severe and irreversible risk, including identity theft, surveillance, and discrimination, and loss of trust, probably. And then this research I've done now, it shows that both public and experts agree on these particular dangers, but awareness, transparency, and governance should need improvement. Biometric technology can be useful, but only when implemented with strong technical safeguards and ethical responsibility. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.